welcome back to Far Cry 4. You join us today just as we're about to liberate another bell tower. And whilst we do that, we'll talk about what the plan is for today. So we're off to see Amita and Sabel. I'm assuming we're going to hear the fallout of our decision and how we followed Sabel's choice, his plan, over Amita's choice. If you missed the previous episode, go back and have a look. It's definitely worth a watch, I think, and it keeps the story moving as well. But eventually we chose Sabel's plan to destroy the brick factory instead of keeping it like Amita wanted us to do. We based their choice on the fact that we didn't want Pagan Min being able to take it back, essentially. So that's why we decided to do what we did. But today we've got to go and see them and see what they both think to what we did. It's going to be an interesting time and conversation, I feel. So as we make our way to the building where we're told they are, there's a poster on the right hand side, so we just need to grab a quick Molotov cocktail, burn off the propaganda poster, as we do for any of the ones we can't reach. Nicely done. And then inside here is where we need to go. Hang on. Pagan Min's men are there, but yet we're meant to be here for a meeting with Sabel and Amita. That's a bit weird. Well, okay, doesn't matter. I think we've got a little friend we can use for this one. Let's use the grenade launcher. I actually missed with the first one. I don't know how I managed to miss, but I managed to miss the first shot. I had to get him with the second one instead. Just check there's no one else here. It doesn't look like there is. Yeah, that didn't really go to plan, did it? I was so hoping to take him out in the first shot and look so good. Okay, let's go and see Sabel and Amita.
You're a drug peddler! That's what you are! Who do you remind me of? Oh yes, Pagan.
I'm like Pagan because I have a vision for Kyrat. I'm trying to take us out of your third world bullshit.
It's our history, our culture, our traditions.
Tradition? Like what? Marrying little girls, is that it? Is that your big plan for Bhadra? Oh, go for it. Go ahead, show Ajay what kind of man you are.
I don't answer to you. It's Noore's turn.
At least we agree on that.
She didn't have a choice. Pagan forced Noore to do those things. He had her family.
And how many families did she kill to save her own?
Doesn't matter why she did it. She has to pay. Just like everyone else.
I'll decide what happens to Noore.
Did I ever tell you about Noore? This is one of my favorites. She used to be a doctor, quite the benevolent soul. She came to Kyrat on some aid mission in the early days of my reign. She had the audacity to write a report on the human rights abuses perpetrated by my regime. So I reached out to her, invited her to come back to see the improvements, how we'd acted on her recommendations. I extended the invite to her family. So she came. Husband and kids. I put them up in the palace. I even put on a little meeting for her. I made a PowerPoint to a 12-step action plan to address Kyrat's human rights violations. Except each slide was about how I was going to ruin Noore's life. So Paul Deplore kept her family hostage while I forced the great humanitarian Dr. Najar to run the most terrible parts of my Kyrati empire. Oh, between you and I think she actually enjoys it now.
So we heard the Pagan Min and how he met Noore and how he used her and took advantage of a situation with her family after inviting them here and then using all that against her. She was a completely different person by the sounds of it before Pagan Min got his hands on her. We're not going to get in the main door either. We need to find a different way in. AJ reckons it's time for a plan B. I don't know what plan B is. Definitely not that way. We've got to figure out what plan B is for ourselves, I think. But yeah, so it sounds like Noore wasn't the person we've met previously. We've met her as the person who runs the arena, has a nasty side to her, doesn't care for if someone dies or not, you know, quite happy to shed blood for other people's especially. But according to Pagan Min, she wasn't originally like that. He's made her into that by forcing her to do these terrible acts. So, yeah, it's a shame. She's been used so much that she probably now doesn't know the difference between what's good and what's bad, considering she used to be a great humanitarian. But no more. So we've got to make a decision on what's going to happen to her. But first of all, we need to get in here. I'm thinking we need to swing across here. Potentially get across. There's a ledge over there, I think. We can grapple onto this one. And hopefully swing across if we time this right. We did indeed. I always panic on those. I always think I'm not going to make it, and we do. Okay. We're over. Let's get up here. No, won't let us. Let's go up again. We're stopped by a ledge. No, there we go. Right, let's head inside.
Kirat! I've given you winners to cheer for, and losers to mock. But none so bloody, so desperate as today's gladiators. But there is always more blood to come! Peter, where's my family?
I'm sorry, Noore.
No!
I'm so sorry. Sorry. Pagan had them killed years ago.
I don't need your pity. I want my family back.
Look, I'm sorry, but you're free now.
Free from what? All the people I've killed? From everything I've done? I gave them this taste for blood. Your blood. Mine. Isn't that what you want? More blood! Here! Take more! Take all of it, you fucking animals! Now I'm free.
In the end, Noore made the decision to take her own life. We had the chance to shoot her, but I didn't feel like she was fully responsible for her actions. She was used by pagan men. Her family were held hostage, and unbeknownst to her, they'd been killed a long time ago, but she still believed they were alive. So instead of being a free person, she decided to end her own life and be with her family. Kind of understand where she comes from in that regard, to be fair. But it's such a shame at the same time that we couldn't save her fully. But that is it for today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time for more Far Cry 4.